Great to have you on Richard Mwanja Exclusive. We continue bringing home conversations that are shaping Kenya's political and governance landscape. I'm Richard Mwanja, welcome on board. Today we're going to talk about Mount Kenya politics. President Ruto is out here trying to make inroads back to the region after a 6-month hiatus. Will he succeed in that particular case? That is my conversation today with Professor Herman Manyora. Prof, great to see you.
Thank you.
All right. Prof, let's have a conversation about Mount Kenya politics and by and large national politics at some level in our program. Now, the president is committed to penetrate the Mount Kenya region and at least win back that particular block of Kenya. But also the conversation about resurgence of Mungiki is in the air. And first, I would want to understand, Prof, do you think Mungiki is just basking in all the glory and they don't pose any serious threat to the political dispensation of today, or indeed there is need for any political player to take that illegal sect seriously in the first place?
I want to be very cautious when I talk about Mungiki. Because in the past, people have branded our children Mungiki. But I also want to be realistic enough to know that there are vigilante groups in this country. There are illegal armed groups that occasionally cause mayhem. Let me also advance that by saying that politicians have been known to make use of these groups across the country. And these are known groups. They have been flagged out by security forces, agencies. In fact, a number of them are outlawed groups. So with that in mind, I would only say it will be very dangerous for any politician to try to use this kind of people, this kind of groups. You must love your country, and you cannot want power at all costs. No.
Talking of which, do you believe that upon invoking of the name Mungiki in Mount Kenya region, it actually brings back the ghosts from the past, the scars of the sect when they used to create mayhem or whatever they were involved in years back? Do you think it's an insult to the gamer community invoking Mungiki at such a time?
You know, certain groups in different societies, Japan, for example, and other countries, including Italy and the rest, where these groups, even in Colombia, these drug groups, gang leaders, sometimes they are a service to community.
Really?
Yes. They are actually serviced and they service communities. The Mau Mau, for example, the people would have seen them as terrorists. But the people knew they are fighting their war.
Blessings
and
in
the
disguise.
people fed Mungiki with both information and food. Even sometimes at great risk. Because if you are caught, then wewe na Mungu yako, ole wako. But people still did it. I do not place Mungiki in that category of armed groups. So I don't think the people of Mount Kenya have been served by Mungiki. Instead, whatever you call Mungiki has terrorized the people of Mount Kenya. Therefore, it's my understanding that when there is a group such as 42 Brothers, what have you, Panga Group, and so on and so forth, when they have gone under and then they are coming back, I don't think people can clap hands and celebrate. They will either be worried or angry, or both.
Prof, political pundits in town are speculating that there's a higher chance President Ruto is going to seek the services of former Mungiki leader Maina Jenga to help him mobilize the crowds and at least get him a new following in Mount Kenya, especially during this time whereby the mountain seems to be running away from President Ruto. Do you think Maina Jenga has the wherewithal to hit the ground running and indeed marshal the numbers for President Ruto in the first place?
First of all, it would be unfortunate. Let's start there. It would be unfortunate for the president to do that.
An association?
Is unforgivable. That our head of state could get to that law. And therefore, I do not believe in that nonsense.
But we've seen
success. The president cannot get that law. If he were to get that law, then we have lost it as a country. Secondly, the people of Mount Kenya are so out of Ruto, to use that language of vijana, that I don't think an individual can change it.
Not even Maina Jenga.
I said an individual cannot change it. Let me demonstrate this. When President William Ruto went to visit Uhuru Kenyatta,
Sure.
and they terrorized goats, walivunja mbavu kabisa, wakachoma na
Dopa.
What was that finally Ruto has gotten Uhuru to join Raila in supporting him? That was the word. What was the reaction from the people of Mountain Kenya? They said that would not move them an inch. They went beyond that. They said, wacha Uhuru Kenyatta. Hata Jomo Kenyatta akifufuka.
The founding father?
Yes. That's what the Mount Kenya people said. So who is Peter Njenga?
Maina Jenga.
Maina Jenga. Who is Maina Jenga? Can you put Kenyatta here and put Maina Jenga here? Maina Jenga is a good man. You know me, I like him. So you know me, I think highly of him. I think he has been persecuted sometimes for nothing. But can you compare Maina Jenga to Jomo Kenyatta?
Don't go in the same
They are not in the same league. You can't put them in the same sentence. And yet people said, hata Jomo Kenyatta akifufuka. Hatuwezi rudi kwa nju. Hawezi kutuambia tuende kwa Ruto.
Not even Dedan Kimathi.
Yes, kwa hivyo Uhuru, kama anaenda kwa Ruto, aende peke yake. That tells you the strategy for Ruto to use is not trying to rely on an individual. However powerful that individual may be, there must be a different strategy. So the president has to sit down with his thinkers, if he has any, and devise a strategy or strategies to deal with runaway Mount Kenya. How do you tame it? How do you bring it back? Or how do you neutralize it?
I want to understand if part of those plans he can use to tame the Mount Kenya and get the mountain back to his following.
He doesn't have to get the mountain, but continue.
All right.
He just wants to get to State House. What did Moi do? Moi never aimed to get Mount Kenya to vote for him, but he played his cards well. And the Mount Kenya votes meant nothing in 1992. Wakati ya upepo mkali. Moi used to say wakati ya upepo mkali. 1991-92. Nobody thought Moi would survive. But he was able to split the Kikuyu vote. Matiba, Kibaki. Game short.
Divide and conquer.
Yeah. In 1997, Kibaki was alone. But Moi played his game in such a way he beat them all and won the second term multi-party election. So Ruto should be figuring out, what can I do? But while Moi was, even before the multi-party election, the Kikuyus there was no love lost between him and the Kikuyus. But he always appeased them. He never antagonized the Kikuyus. People just say, oh, our coffee. I asked them, if Moi destroyed your coffee, how long has Moi been gone? Why haven't you revived your coffee? Unawekelea Moi mambo ya uongo tu. Kama Moi ndio aliua coffee ya Wakikuyu na tea na maziwa.
Yeah.
Kibaki kak 10 years. Uhuru kak 10 years. 20 years. Mwana waja revive your coffee. Kama ni Moi alifanya. Moi always kept them happy.
Yeah.
So that they didn't like him, they hated him. But he managed to keep them in check with JJ, Kamoda there and the rest. Let Ruto figure out this big block. How did Moi survive without them?
Need for benchmarking.
Yeah. Let him share a cup of tea with people like us. We figure out how. They are Kenyans, they will vote where they want. A few of them will vote for him.
Sure.
Of course. A few Kikuyus will vote for Ruto. But the big chunk will not vote for him. 90% will not.
But do you think...
so he has to figure out what to do.
Should President Ruto now embark on completing all stalled projects in Mount Kenya and also dish out new development carrots upon the faces of Mount Kenya residents? Will that work?
First of all, I don't support that. I don't support that because it is not for the president to dish out development.
Mau Road.
That's not his work. That's not the work of the president. The president is given only one power of mercy.
Just that.
Yeah. The rest is given to parliament and the other organs of state. Not him. The president has no power to give anything. And we must stop. Go back where Kibaki left us. That's not the work of the president.
No roadside declarations of development.
Yeah. In fact, we put it in our constitution. And we said everything the president does or anything must be with the seal and his hand. It's in the constitution.
Government seal.
Tulikuwa tumechoka na hii mtu rais anaamuka usiku anasema barabara inapita hapa. Sijui hii. Tukasema hapana. If the president wants something done which is legal and constitutional, the pronouncement must be in writing, complete with the seal of the office of the president and his signature. Hii kupayuka barabarani tulikataa na tukaweka kwa katiba. So I don't support that. And because then I don't support it because so if you give Mount Kenya, where are you living in Vihiga, where I come from? Where are you living in Kwale? Where are you living in Nandi? Because now Nandi, you are people, they will vote for you without anything. So unataka wa Nandi wakose maendeleo kwa sababu pesa unapelekea Mount Kenya wakupatie kura. I don't support that. You heard even during campaign, the people of Rift Valley were complaining. Pesa yote umemalizia Mount Kenya. Huko ndio unajenga makanisa. Sisi hatuna makanisa. I don't support that. But again, my not supporting it does not matter a lot. So they will still do it. But I will advise them not to waste their time.
Not waste their time?
Those things don't give you votes. Let me tell you how bad it is.
Sure.
I don't know how many counties. Mount Kenya counties are about 10. 10 Mount Kenya counties. If the president upgraded somehow, the time would allow it, and the resources he would get from somewhere. He has rich friends outside the country. And they put up level 6 hospital in every county of Mount Kenya. 10 level, something like Kenyatta National Hospital. In every Mount Kenya county. Number 2, if the president were to build the equivalent of Alliance Girls High School in every constituency in Mount Kenya, and the equivalent of Alliance Boys High School in every constituency in Mount Kenya between now and 2027, and the tarmac, any road that is yet to be tarmacked, that will not change the people of Mount Kenya.
It won't?
It will not change. That's just how bad it is.
Not even giving the youths of Mount Kenya a new lease of life by cracking down on illicit liquor in the region.
Nothing he will do will change the people of Mount Kenya. It is politics. The people of Mount Kenya feel betrayed, feel insulted.
Because of the Gachagua issue?
Yes. They feel we trusted this man and he has done this to us. I've talked to people, both from here and outside. I've talked to rich Kikuyus, billionaires, both here and outside. And they say we cannot allow an individual to do this to a community. But it is that bad.
Some would argue that he disowned the firstborn but embraced the lastborn Kindiki, still from the region.
That is nonsense. Nobody hears that. That cannot, it doesn't add any value. That's what I'm telling you. If I were the president,
sure, I
will recalibrate my politics. Re-engineer, that is, he's the one who introduced that word. Yeah. Re-engineer the politics. You know, I like Ruto, the way he knows how to.
Diction.
Yeah, he knows. He said, I'm going to re-engineer the politics. I don't know what had happened. Something had happened. So I'm going to re-engineer the politics.
Recalibrate.
Yeah, recalibrate, re-engineer. He should do that. Be innovative and creative. And say, okay, the Luo nation and the Kikuyu nation never supported Moi. How did Moi survive? In countries where regionalism plays a major role in politics, how do people handle regions that are hostile to them? If you are to lose Mount Kenya, how would you compensate that? Because it's normal. Even in America, there are states, for no apparent reason, they have no reason not to vote Republican, but they just don't vote Republican. And you don't even waste your time. Sure. So it's normal in politics that there will be certain groups of persons. For certain reasons, maybe just historical, maybe ethnic, whatever reason they are, there will be groups of persons or regions that will never vote for you. Not because there's something wrong with you. No, they just want to vote for a Democrat. No, that's all. So there will be people in this country who, for some reason, cannot vote for a Luo. And we can't blame them. We'll try to persuade them, look here, Luos are just Kenyans like you. What you have been told about Luos is not right. What you've been told about Jaramogi and his son Raila is not true. In any case, nobody has helped you Kikuyus more than Jaramogi and Raila. We will try to persuade them, but it's not easy. So some of these things you live with and work around them. You around how do you maneuver your politics, knowing that for some reason the Mount Kenya vote is gone. Mount Kenya vote going is not the end of the road. It's not the end of the world.
Still has a chance.
Of course. Of course. Ruto can win the president without Mount Kenya. Those who say no don't understand politics.
But would you argue that he can only win the votes without Mount Kenya only if he replaces the Mount Kenya bloc with a Gen Z constituency?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he has to figure out.
Finally,
when I say I can help him, people want to finish me.
You can?
People, you have seen comments on our channel.
Yeah, sure. But taking
But you
sides.
see, I'll be doing a job. But now I've stopped. I will not help him.
No more pro bono?
I apologize to Kenyans. I will not help any politician. I will be with Kenyans.
Now you're on the neutral ground.
Yeah, I'll be with Kenyans as usual. Even for money. Now I was saying, now I'm an old man. I'm about to retire.
Sure.
When I tell Kenyans, subscribe, like, and advertise on my channel. And there are people who work in places where there's a lot of ads. Where just a decision from one Kenyan who knows the contribution we are making. Just one Kenyan. We are a bank and we advertise. We pay hundreds of thousands per month.
Sure.
Why can't you just throw to Manyora channel? Umeona mtu akituletea? You know our reach.
Sure. Big, phenomenal.
Do we have a channel that has the reach we have? Dealing with serious people. Do we have
the writing is on the
wall. Do we have clickbaits on our channel? Don't we have organic following?
Many.
Millions per month. How many wongo?
It's true. The writing is on the wall.
Are our viewers not serious viewers? If you are selling a property, they can buy. Do these people give us business in another country? We are big. There's only one TV station in this country that is we are competing with. All these other TV stations are behind us in terms of numbers, optics.
Sure.
How many wongo?
It's true.
But the same Kenyans who are saying Manyora is saying he can do a job for Ruto as a job.
Yeah.
They want to crucify me until I've now stopped.
That you should not take that consultancy at
I should not take
level.
the consultants. And at my age, I also want to retire and enjoy my life. So I have surrendered. I've told them, well, I will not take the job.
Now you're going to work for the people.
But for them also, they should support us. No, I'm very serious. Our viewers should support us.
True. I agree.
And we're not asking for free money. In other countries, we will be receiving a lot of support from Kenyans. A lot of support.
Many partnerships.
Because of the role we are playing.
True.
And there will be partnerships. I'm telling you, there are Kenyans who don't miss our show. Who like what we are saying.
Both local and diaspora.
Yes. Who know the role we are playing in this country.
True.
And yet, they cannot support us. Including those as I'm talking today, there is a person on his desk, there is business he can give us. He has the power to give us that business.
He's the signatory.
Today he's deciding in the next quarter, who are they advertising with? And he's the one in charge, and he's a Kenyan, and he knows the role we are playing.
And he's our follower.
He can't give us one of those businesses. So when we say we can take a job from Ruto as a job, we mean it. Yeah. But we have now withdrawn that because Kenyans are annoyed with me. I've lived all my life. I've lived on the side of Kenyans. So let me remain there. Let me be poor then. Yeah, because I set up a company, Hillman Analytica, to help politicians figure out how they can win seats, gubernatorial,
serious consultants.
Yeah, presidential. So when I say even Ruto I can consult for, people want to beat me. But now they are not supporting us. So I have withdrawn that. But also to ask Kenyans, support this channel. Even when you see serious outfits in America, even in the UK, even things like The Guardian, they are supported. Without support, they can't publish. They can't print.
I agree.
Even serious media houses, they can't work without support. They are supported to be, because you think a newspaper can make money from selling newspapers?
Can't.
Can they do even for 6 months? See, they will close.
Need for diversification.
The newspapers do not get money from selling newspapers.
Yeah.
The 60 shillings, is it 60 bucks?
Yeah, 60 shillings.
I stopped buying papers during Corona.
Yeah.
I've never gone back. 60 shillings. You think the Daily Nation can survive on 60 shillings you give them?
Not at
Those
all.
miserable shillings you give 60. They survive because of partnerships.
True.
Because of support.
Yeah.
Because of advertising. So even we have tried to be where we are without this really support.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Many years down the line.
sorry, I've had to go into that.
No. It
Because
was long overdue, actually.
Yeah, we need to tell Kenyans, please support this channel. We are playing a role. Sometimes we speak truth to power. They may not necessarily agree we have told them, but they listen. We know, I also know.
Sometimes even walk around watching our shoulders.
We know things. We know things, but Kenyans must learn. Kenyans are very good at being tricked. Conmen. When you want money from Kenyans, just be a conman. How many people are getting money from Kenyans through conmanship?
Just be a conman.
Yeah. Even fake pastors. They make, how do you see what they drive? The homes they live in. Fake.
They really support
I
genuine
had one
causes.
yesterday, I saw one yesterday on social media saying, hii shilingi 100 unaleta. Usiende kwa Mungu na aibu namna hii. Chukua shilingi 200 yako enda naye. It's circulating on social media. And he's a known pastor. One of the famous ones.
Conmanship.
I'm not saying calling him a conman. I'm just saying those are the kind of people Kenyans listen to. But serious people like us who deliver 6 years discourse, helping Kenyans have a conversation around the things that can develop this country. Opening up spaces and the possibilities. And even delivering advice and warnings sometimes to state agencies when they are going amok, when running amok, when they are going astray. Sometimes they pull back. Kenyans ought to support people like us, honestly.
Until we get to do this again, Prof, thank you so much
Thank
for
you too.
slating time. We do this again tomorrow with Honorable Kipruto Arap Kirwa and over the weekend with Nerima Wako Ojiwa.